Zion Law School. We are back with another class. This is the Gospel and the Zodiac, The Secret Truth About J.C., the Christ Figure by Bill Darlinson. The free link to the book to the, let me get that. The link to the free PDF is in the description area of this video. Links to my ancient Ibriath books are also in the description area of this video. Make sure you buy my books on zionlawschool.org and only on zionlawschool.org, okay? You can buy his book if you want to buy it. You can get it on Amazon. I checked it. It is available on Amazon, all right? So the Gospel and the Zodiac. What is the Zodiac doing in the Gospel? And why is the truth being held as a secret about JC, right? Why is that still to this day being held as a secret? Okay, so in this course, we have been diving into it. The author presented a lot of very convincing facts and evidence to support his case. Okay. So this picture, hopefully I'll be able to discuss it within the next, let's say 12 hours, 12, 15 hours. This picture right here, you all can't see it well, but I put it as the thumbnail of The Forgotten Language of the Stars, #4, but y'all can Google search The Rose Window. I'm gonna go over it in the evening. Google search The Rose Window, okay? And you'll see what it is. It's a window in a cathedral in Switzerland. Okay? And it's huge. It's huge. I think it's, well, y'all can look at the dimensions yourself. But it has it's full of astrological images. Many, many more. This is just one part of it. There are a whole lot more. Okay? So there are some diagrams online that shows you what's in each portion of the window. Okay? But here, and I know y'all probably can't see this well, but in the top, this is Capricorn, right here. This is Capricorn. This is Pisces. So the Rose Window is in the Louvain the Louvain Cathedral in Switzerland. It was built, I think, in 1205 AD, 1205 AD, all right? So here is Pisces. Here, this is Capricorn. Here is Aquarius. Right here, this is Aquarius. And here is a woman breastfeeding a fish. Let me say that again. A woman breastfeeding a fish. Y'all hear me? It is a woman breastfeeding a fish. Think about that for a minute. A woman breastfeeding a fish. What is that? a woman breastfeeding a fish. Y'all put two and two together. What is this picture? I'll give you a second to think about it. A woman breastfeeding a fish. Okay, so here it is. Isis with baby Horus. Isis with baby Horus. The mother and the child. Isis and baby Horus. Isis and the fish. Isis and baby Horus. Mary and Mother Jesus. Mother Mary and baby Jesus. Mother Mary and baby Jesus. Baby Jesus on her breast, feeding. A woman with a literal fish. Y'all look this up. I'm going to show it when about 12 to 15 hours, hopefully. You'll see a fish breastfeeding on a woman. They just changed JC from a baby and made him a fish. What do they know that you don't know? Well, you know now, you should know by now, but maybe you didn't believe me. Or maybe you haven't believed the information that I presented to you all about Dogon, about the Raphaim, about Oannes. About maritime law, right? About statutory, about the statutory law system. Maybe y'all didn't believe me. But there you are. What do they know that you don't know? And what makes you think that what you believe, whether you know why you believe it or not, whatever the doctrine is, that you believe in Christianity, what makes you think that you were given the quote-unquote right doctrine? You're given a right doctrine, why don't you know this information? But of course, everyone says that the Catholic Church is evil, right? The religion that I was in said that the Catholic Church is evil, and they corrupted Christianity and the truth. Well, that's a half-truth. That's a half-truth. Because all of Christianity is corrupt. If you don't believe me, just look. Look around. Look around. So a fish feeding on a woman's breast, all right? Isis and Horus, Mary and baby Jesus. Mother Mary, as they say in the East, and baby Jesus. Here, the picture here, this is the moon. The moon being driven across the sky by a man in a chariot and two horses. All right, so again, astrological references. In a cathedral. So some of y'all will say, well, they did that, but that's not the truth. Right? That's what you've been taught. Well, they're into the zodiac, they're into paganism, but that's not the truth. But yet and still, Christianity still represents itself by a fish. Do y'all see why they represent themselves by a fish now? The fish pin lapel, the fish that y'all put, you Christians, put on your car, right? The fish sticker. Everybody knows this. The fish represents Christianity, period. Christ fed the people with 2 fish, Pisces. Christ fed the people with 2 fish and 5 loaves. Now, I've read somewhere that this image was a woman, Virgo. I have to check it to make sure. But I've read that this image right here, instead of a woman with the fish sucking on her breast, was Virgo holding stalks of wheat. Christ fed the people with 2 fish and 5 loaves. Loaves, wheat, right? That would be Virgo. But I need to confirm that. But there's other connections that can be drawn out of this, y'all. I'm just touching on the surface, presenting it to you on the surface, okay? So you see Capricorn. Let's do it one more again for y'all. So here we have Aries pouring the water down, right? Why Aries? Because Christ first, not Aries, Aquarius. Aquarius pouring water down to the earth. Why? Well, one, Aries is an hermaphrodite, androgynous figure. In modern astrology, I'm not talking ancient. Pours the water down to the earth. The water gets absorbed in the soil. All right? Plants grow. The grapevine grows. Harvest time comes. The grapes are ripe, ready for harvest, and are pressed into wine. You can enjoy the wine. Christ's first miracle, if my memory serves me correctly, was turning water into miracle wine, turning water into wine, right? The marriage feast of Cana. Y'all hear? Right there. Capricorn. December 25. So all the deities, including JC, are Capricorn. Toxic. Destructive. Now y'all know, if you've been attending, if you're enrolled in Zion Law School, or if you have observed classes and you were there, you'll know that Capricorn is a half goat and half fish. Yes, half goat, half fish. And then, of course, Pisces. Pisces. And the moon being pulled across the sky by 2 horses, by a man rather, in a carriage, and 2 horses pulling the moon across the sky. All right? Pulling the moon across the sky. This is on page 30, figure 2. The detail of the rose window at Lausanne Cathedral, Switzerland, sometime around 1230, depicting the Imago Mundi, image of the world. So y'all take a look at that. and get your mind right. Get your mind right. See, it's very easy. One of the easiest lies you can tell, think about this. The Catholic Church did it. They're wrong. This version of Christianity is okay. And so you believe it. You believe it. But isn't there, y'all think about this. If the root of the tree is bad, then the whole tree is bad, right? And you'll know a tree by its fruit. You know a tree by its fruit. So what's the fruit, or the fruitage rather, of all of the Christian religions? What's the fruitage of all of the religions? What's the fruitage? War. Pedophilia, abuse of power, physical and emotional abuse, cover-up, concealment. What else y'all want to get into? The worst people, the absolute worst people, you'll find them, and the most ignorant people, you'll find them in churches. Especially the leadership in these religions. The absolute worst people, the biggest hypocrites, and narcissists. They terminate children. Y'all tell me, in America, was not Christianity used to oppress? Talk about when they first came over. Was it not used to oppress the people? Did they not take the little heirs, and put them in their training camps and indoctrinate them with their Christian doctrine? Did they not do that? Did they not terminate the fathers? And in many cases, the mothers, and then take their heirs, put them in the church and indoctrinate them? Isn't that how they did it? So that the young heir grows up not knowing anything but the doctrine. Did they not terminate? Did they not rape and terminate the lives of thousands, if not hundreds, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of little heirs? Little heirs, and have the nerve to hide the bodies under the churches? Is this not true? But y'all gonna say, well, that was the Catholics, or that was the. Well, remember when the Catholics were not allowed. The Catholics were not allowed in the 13 colonies. Y'all remember that? Initially. These were all of the other Christian religions who were involved in these crimes. Crimes against the heirs. Okay? So y'all could keep on being willfully stupid, thinking that your brand of Christianity is better than the next person's brand, and that your brand is innocent, having no guilt. No, 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 no. Thinking to just because you changed the skin complexion, let me rephrase that. That's not what I want to say. Thinking because your organization promotes a JC who has a different histology, I guess I can say that. The skin has a different histology. In other words, his skin complexion is like mine, or like an autochthonous person, instead of a pale face. Now, why am I saying that? Well, if you have ever been enrolled in any of our classes at Zion Law School, you will know. You'll know why I say that. And you'll know how to identify a hybrid, at least a pale face hybrid. All right, y'all? If you know what the word histology means, you just look that up, and you'll know what I'm talking about, but you won't know why. You won't know. They have a different histology in their skin. All right, so let's get into this, y'all. Let me see what time it is. Oh, man. Oh, by the way, y'all, let me know if y'all have any problems ordering my books. If y'all have any problems like with the transaction or sending in a donation, y'all let me know, okay? Because someone told me that they were having a problem sending a donation. So if y'all have that problem, please let me know. Yasapa at zionlawschool.org, okay? Or just put it in the comments. Let me know so I can check into it. Because I would tell y'all, since I have been doing this, I've had nothing but problems, especially on Amazon. When they saw, well, actually when they heard my voice and saw my picture, everything went like this. Okay? Everything went like this. So people, trust me, there are institutions who have people in them who do not want you to know the information that I'm teaching. They don't want you to know. Because your ignorance, your mindset of belief and looking for an external leader, looking for an external God, puts you in the place where they want you to be. You looking for somebody outside of yourself so they can put on a pandemic or epidemic or crisis situation of any sort, and you're going to look to somebody outside of yourself to save you. That means that they can get you to do anything they want you to do, including take experimental medicines. All right? Just because you hear medicine doesn't mean it's good for you. All right? And it keeps you in the position where what? You're out of harmony with natural law. It keeps you in the goyim, the cattle and chattel status, the civilly dead status. Okay? Where they make the statutes that govern your life. Y'all see? They don't want you to know anything about ancient Ivory Ave. What do they want you to know? Modern Hebrew. They want you to know biblical Hebrew. Not know it, but be aware of it. They don't want you to even know that. But anyway, once they saw my picture and heard my voice, I've had nothing but problems with them. I'm talking about sabotage type of problems, okay? Sabotage type of problems. Also, well, I don't want to get into it. Well, y'all get my point. Y'all get my point, right? Let's get into it. Page 30. Page 30. Given the widespread influence, well, we already did that. Page 31. No? Back to page 30. Back to page 30. Y'all, if y'all don't know where we're at, make sure you watch the video before this one. I think it's number 4, but I'm not sure. Watch whatever video comes before this one, immediately before it, watch that one. These are relatively well known, but other features of Christian, particularly Catholic, liturgical and devotional practice have an astrological origin, of which few, if any, theologians seem to be aware. All right, y'all. So, they're saying that the priests, the reverends, the pastors, they don't seem to be aware of these astrological references. They don't seem to be. For example, eating fish on Fridays did not originally mean refraining from meat in memory of the crucifixion of JC, the Christ figure, as many Catholics assume. As many Catholics assume. It was a deliberate act of communing with Christ. Y'all see that? Eating fish. Our ancient ancestors, the Egyptians, they didn't want anything to do with fish because of its extremely toxic cosmic energy, or the extremely toxic cosmic energy related to fish. Now, why would that be? Clearly, in my opinion, because of the Raphaim, the Dogon, the Oannes, the giants. All right? The giants, the Nephilim, and their offspring. All right? I went over this. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, y'all go back and find those videos and y'all watch them. Educate yourself. It was a deliberate act of communing with Christ. Ancient Egyptians didn't want anything to do with fish. They didn't want to commune with the fish or with the Dogon. The ancient Egyptians were the masters, at least of known history. But remember, the ancient Egyptians, they showed up on the scene, boom, Kemet, with everything in place. So that means that the nation or empires that preceded them had that information too, at the same or higher level. Okay? Make sure you always remember that. It wasn't just Kemet or Egypt. It was the ancient empires that preceded them where they got that from. All right? Egypt is only special because they built in stone. Furthermore, what if, well, never mind. Let's continue. Friday was chosen for this because it was the day of Venus. Friday is the day of Venus, the planet said by the ancients to be exalted in Pisces. Do y'all see how to extract knowledge from the zodiac now? Do y'all see it? You need to know the zodiac sign, and then you look for what? You look for the zodiac sign that's exactly opposite of it. Draw a straight line down. Okay, why? That's a principle of the natural law, principle of polarity, right? Same line, but at opposite extremes. So now you can look at the degrees, right? Or grades. Y'all see it? In other words, they're one. At the extreme is this zodiac. At the other extreme is that zodiac. So you can grade it. Y'all see what I'm saying? Just like summer solstice and winter solstice. Christ is the devil is Christ. You are Christ and you are the devil. Y'all got it? What else? You look at the zodiac sign and take a look at the deacons in its neighborhood. What constellations are located near it? And then you look at the individual stars in that constellation. For example, Sirius, if my memory serves me correctly, Sirius has the dog star. Sirius has the dog star. I'm trying to remember the name of it. But it has a dog star. What is dog spelled backward? Dog spelled backward is God. But we'll get into that on another day. Dog spelled backward is God. Y'all got it? The dog star. Flip it. You get God. Right? And then do what? God is what? Dios, Zeus. Zeus is a tetragrammaton, is Apollo, is JC, the Christ figure. Y'all see it? Is Odin, is Woden. All of it going right back to astrology. Adrena Gooden. Greetings of peace and blessings, Islam, Dr. Yasapa. Excellent presentation on. Thank you so much. Language. Islam and Shalawama. Good to see you. Really good to see you. Really good to see you. And thank you so much. So y'all see where I'm going with this? Adrana as well. Okay, thank you so much, sis. Thank you so much. Does everyone see where I'm going with this? It all goes back to cosmology, astrology. Yes, astrology, astrotheology. So, what can you all say? The etymology goes back to the stars. This word God is injected into Scripture. It's injected into Scripture. It is not there. Y'all go search the etymology of Elohim, etc., etc., etc. Y'all go search it. It is an injected word. So why would they inject that word? Because they wanted to take control of your mind and direct it into their world paradigm using cosmic energy. Because there is no good and bad, y'all. Believe it or not, there's no good and bad. Y'all think about that. Good and bad is an interpretation. It's a judgment. And that judgment produces a certain biochemistry, one that supports life and one that destroys life. Watch the video that I did on the tree of the knowledge of good and bad. Y'all watch that. Y'all watch that. But the Buddhists will tell you, that being judgmental is one of the first things you have to let go. Judging people, judging things as good or as bad. They just are, right? They just are. But anyway, let's continue. Friday was chosen because I almost forgot. So you look at the deacons and then the stars within the deacons, and then you start to analyze the stories associated with the individual star, with the deacon, and then the individual stars within that deacon. Then you look at the planets. The planets, as it says here, Friday was chosen because this was the day of Venus, the planet said by the ancients to be exalted in Pisces. Look for the planets that are exalted in that zodiac sign, and the planets that what? That govern a zodiac sign. Let's continue. The sign of the fish. Okay? Venus is exalted in Pisces. Pisces is the sign of the fish. Hence the fish sucking on the woman's breast. Hence JC fed the people with 2 fish. And was it 5 loaves, y'all? 5 is the harvest. Okay? The feast of the transfiguration of JC, when his face shone like the sun, check it at Matthew 17:2, is celebrated on the 6th of August, when the sun is in Leo, the sign of divine splendor, the sign which, according to the ancient astrologers, was ruled by the sun. Christ's face shone like the sun. Celebrated by the Catholics on August 6th, when the sun is in Leo, Leo the lion. Christ is the lion of the tribe of Judah. Is that right? Is that right, y'all? The sign of divine splendor, divine cosmic. The sign which, according to the ancient astrologers, was ruled by the sun. How many solar references do you need, scholars? How many solar references do you need? Y'all hear me? How many do you need? Okay, how many do you need? Let's continue. I don't think I have to explain that, right? That's obvious, right? What's happening here? The months of May to October, set aside by Catholics as times to give special honor to the Virgin Mary, were not chosen arbitrarily. In other words, these folks know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Ain't no mistakes, y'all. It wasn't chosen arbitrarily. May is the month of Taurus. May is the month of Taurus, okay? October, the month of Libra. Both signs were associated with the planet Venus. I'm getting myself together, y'all, because I got to go in a second. So bear with me. All right? Okay. I got to start this sentence over. The months of May and October, set aside by Catholics as times to give special honor to the Virgin Mary. The mermaid, right? The mer, direct reference to the sea. Let me repeat that. A direct reference to the sea. Mary, mer. Marina were not chosen arbitrarily. May is the month of Taurus. October, that's Taurus the bull. October, the month of Libra. That's balance, that's justice, righteousness, right? Both signs being associated with the planet Venus. Both signs being associated with the planet Venus. Quote unquote, the morning star. One of Mary's titles in the Litany of the Blessed Virgin. Y'all got that? The great feast day is in honor of Mary, her birthday on September 8th, and her assumption into heaven in August. Both owe their origin to astrology. As we shall see in the chapter on Virgo. So y'all go watch. We've already done the Virgo presentations. All of it. So y'all go watch that. Read along with the book if you want. November for Catholics, the month of the quote-unquote Holy Souls in Purgatory, is the Scorpio month. The Scorpio bites, at least the Scorpio, they say in the East, bites. It has two stinkers that looks like two lips giving a kiss. Hence, Judas kissed the Christ, right, when he turned him in. But he didn't turn him in, right? That's astrological. But anyway, go back and watch Scorpio. Okay? When the Holy Souls in Scorpio, the Holy Souls in Purgatory is the Scorpio month, chosen because Scorpio is associated with purgation, expiation, and regeneration. All right? Islam to all the Moors. I got to run, y'all. Support my project to write the book of the law back into ancient Ibriath and modern English, and to put all of this stuff that we're going through, to put it back in the book of the law, put the natural law back in the book of the law, put the constitutional law, estate law, etc., 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 hypothecation, escheat, bills of attainder, everything else to put it back in there. I got to run, y'all. Islam. Shalom.